a face to face. Either we keep playing games or we cut to the chase.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Cut to the Chase. I'm Deshaun Hollywood, and I have my lovely co-host here.
What's up, y'all? I am Chase. As you know, if you don't know, now you know.
And we are here because we need to talk about, well, let's just cut to the chase. What's going on in the world? The world is freezing and on fire all at the same time, so we need to talk about it. Like, Chase, are we okay?
It, I
Like,
honestly, I've been praying every day. I don't
no,
know.
seriously.
I do not know.
I'm like, baby, if y'all not right, y'all need it's time to get right, baby. We
Do
gotta
you
get
hear
right with
me?
God. Y'all gotta get right with what's going on because it looks like we are in the end of our days. Like, not even trying to scare
Seriously.
nobody, but for real, I've
Yes.
never seen anything like this. First of all, okay, wait, is it snowing in Atlanta, Georgia, right now?
First of all, can we get into the fact that they have taken out their skis and been skiing down the
I
street?
saw someone doing donuts in the freaking parking lot,
Oh my
okay,
God,
in the
wait, was that with
snow.
the Lamborghini or something? That blue car?
Yes,
Yes, I seen
yes.
that.
I
Yes.
said that now Atlanta not being a real place, y'all are never beating those allegations because what is going on? People was out making music videos. I seen all the girls putting on their Cookie Lion fur coats, baby, fur boots. I said, oh baby, they couldn't wait for this moment. They've been waiting for
Do you
snow,
hear
but
me?
if we think about it, like if we want to give a little bit of like history or whatever, if I'm not mistaken, don't fact check me because I didn't necessarily look it up. But from what I heard, it has not snowed in Georgia since 2014. Like
I
that was the
think you're
last
right.
time that it snowed.
I think you're right because I was living out there during that time. Yeah, I think you're right. As far as
That's
the
a,
snow, that's like this.
right,
Like,
exactly. Where they
yeah,
got inches because they got like five
exactly.
inches. The airport was shutting down. The roads were shutting down.
Oh my
Schools
God, did
shut
you see
down.
that plane when the goddamn what
That was
airline was that?
taking off. It was like taking off, and then they had to do like an emergency landing.
Yes, with the
Yeah,
slides. Oh
yes,
my God. I
yeah.
was like,
I, I couldn't believe
that was
it.
crazy. That was really crazy.
And what's so crazy is they were on their way to Minneapolis to even more snow.
And I think living in Chicago and it's just prepared me for, weather conditions and stuff like when I moved to there. I feel like Chicago is like one of the places like because we have all four seasons. And no matter where you live, it's gonna prepare you for any type of weather condition. So when I see something like that in Atlanta, it's like we gotten 12 inches, 15 inches.
Okay. No, look, I
Like,
literally I was just talking to somebody about this because one, like, me originally being from Ohio, first of all, we
yes.
didn't have, there was no such thing as a snow day. Like, I'm sorry, our
No,
superintendent,
same.
baby, she used to send us to school in level 2 snow blizzards. Like, if it was not a 3 or a 4, I promise you, she was not calling out school. We was waiting at the
Facts.
bus stop in snow blizzards. Like, that was the thing. Then when I first moved to Chicago in 2011, that was the
Yeah,
first time we had the polar vortex, right? That was
exactly.
when like snow
Yes.
was over top of cars.
And
So
that it's
I'm
so funny
like,
you said that. I was at work. Like I was working at a hotel at that time. Yes, and it
oh my
got snowed
gosh.
in, had to work all night.
I, wa- I did I work? No, I didn't work, but I had to go to school, and I remember they like canceled school for us. It was like a huge thing, and
Yes.
so when I hear 5 inches, I'm like, y'all being dramatic. Like, what's going on? Like, really,
Okay.
y'all can handle 5 inches,
Do you
but
hear me?
so the gag is what somebody in Atlanta had to tell me is they was like, no, look, it's not necessarily the inches or whatever. It's the fact
Hmm.
that the city don't got the equipment to deal with it like ours do.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
They don't
I
have the
was
salt
like,
trucks.
oh,
Hmm.
okay. I was like, that makes sense.
Yes.
And who has a shovel in Atlanta to shovel
No,
snow?
seriously. Seriously. Like, let's talk
So,
about that right quick.
so I
Like,
could see, and then if the roads are icy, people already drive crazy. So, like,
exactly.
I
They don't know
couldn't
how to
even
drive in it, and
imagine.
that black ice and everything. Like, they don't have the salt trucks to like be able to like melt the ice and stuff like that. So yeah, they're definitely right. So that's why they're acting the fool. But at the same time, it's like it's so dangerous, and you kind of realize like how much material is needed with weather like that because like you got cars sliding down the road nonstop, going into
Oh
each other.
my, that
Like
was
it's
scary.
crazy. Like I could not imagine living in those type of conditions. Like I know how to drive in snow, but then also you got to think about like we also have help too with the salt trucks. Like they really do come in
Yeah.
handy. Yeah,
They
but
really do. And not to mention that, just like you are used to driving in the snow, everyone
yeah,
around you is used to driving in the snow too. They're
exactly,
not used to
exactly.
driving in no snow.
No.
Like, no.
Okay, they gonna
So
slide right
imagine
into
being
your
on the
ass.
road with them, okay? They already driving too fast. It's like, baby, you gotta slow down in these type of weather
Exactly.
conditions.
Okay,
You
they
you,
flat
you driving like the roads is clear.
doing donuts.
Man,
Yeah.
when I saw this man drifting down the freaking road, like literally going from side to side, I said, y'all don't take nothing serious.
At
There's
all.
no way.
No way. No way.
Oh
Now,
my
since we got
God.
into the light of things, let's kind of like go to the West Coast. Right now it is terrible, terrible, terrible. With the fires in California and how it's just spreading all over. Like millions of houses are being destroyed, and like from celebrities to regular people, like
Exactly.
it's
And
everyone.
And you know what, best friend? I'm actually happy that we are talking about this because this one, it kind of has some layers to it. Like, this
Hmm.
has a lot of layers to it that I think, like, it's going to be important for us to talk about, give our
Hmm.
opinions on. And then, I want the audience to definitely tune in. I want you guys to comment and let
Hmm.
us know, like, how you're feeling. If you're on the West Coast or even if you're on the side where it's snowing, we want you guys to give your opinion. How are you right now? First of
Right.
all, how's your mental health? Like, how are you being affected by this? Is it not affecting you? Like,
Hmm.
so I'm really, really happy that we're doing this topic.
Yes, absolutely. Because I have a couple friends down there. I know you have a couple friends down there too.
And family. My family's originally from California.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You did tell me that.
Yeah, like my
Oh
mom's
my
from
God.
Compton.
How is everyone
Like,
though? Have you
so
spoken with
we
anybody?
did we did check on the family. One of my family's homes were affected by
Oh
it.
no.
Luckily, they do have like the fire insurance and things like that. And I don't think that they said that their house was destroyed completely, but
Okay.
it is the debris and it's all the other things that's kind of getting in the way, like their
Hmm.
ventilations and things like that, that is affecting them more so. So,
Hmm.
they're alive and they're safe, so I think that's the most important. But like
Yes.
this is super sad. Also,
It
I feel
is.
like people have been way too insensitive during this time as well.
Definitely. I got a friend actually who's out there and they're from New Orleans actually, and they experienced Hurricane Katrina. So this is like another tragedy that they're experiencing, and they just moved to Los Angeles. So like I can
Oh,
only
that's sad.
imagine the mindset, like what the trauma. It's like traumatic to them.
Yeah,
So
like
I just,
going through another natural disaster, like all over
yeah.
again, like just feeling helpless, nothing you could do, it's out of your control. Like
Hmm.
that truly would affect someone's mental on a whole nother level.
And people like on social media, like making jokes about it. Like sometimes there's a time and place for things like that. And I just feel like that at this moment right now, it's just like, it's no time for that. No time for trying to get views and shit off your jokes. Like,
Like, why do people feel like that because people are either celebrities or because that they're wealthy, that they should just be okay with their homes and their memories and everything just burning down to ashes?
I
Like,
cannot speak for them because that is ridiculous.
ridiculous. Like, I just was looking at people and the things that they were saying, even trying to be funny, like with Janae Aiko when she had put her stuff out and, she had made
Hmm.
that comment where she's like, I don't have Paris Hilton money. And people are like, you don't? And it's like, what? Like, who?
Exactly.
I don't know who has money to just be like, oh yeah, let my house burn down
Let
to
me
the
get a new
ground and
house.
it's
Exactly.
okay. Like what? There's so much that goes into that. Like you got to get insurance on top of everything. On top of
Hmm.
everything inside of your home needs to be insurance.
Hmm.
Like it or insured rather. Like that is not okay. And I really want people to get a reality check and
Hmm.
don't laugh at anyone else's pain because the God that we serve, honey, or whatever higher power that you believe in, trust me, karma will always spin the block, and she doesn't miss
Amen.
anybody
Yes.
like at
Yes.
all.
Yes. I agree. And to piggyback on there, speaking of Paris Hilton, like her family home has burnt down too, because I've seen her
Hmm.
actually post like the after effect after the fire destroyed her home. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm happy that people are alive, right? And
Yes.
things are material. You can replace it, but you can't replace the memories. Those are
Mm-mm.
pictures probably inside that you haven't had on your computer. Because there was a time where, like, we didn't have camera phones, we didn't have digital things, so we had to print out photographs. You understand? Like, what about
Yes.
it being her family home? Like, you don't understand how much legacy is probably like destroyed because of that, and money can't replace that. So I just feel like that it's awful that people would be insensitive to someone like because they're
No, absolutely. And you know what? It's so crazy. So I won't say that I can relate on like a huge level as far as like, losing a home and things. I don't know if you remember, but earlier last year, my mom got into a really bad car accident. And it just so happened that she was in the point of transitioning from one home to the next. So she had all of my childhood memorabilia in there from literally from when I was in preschool all the way to the 12th grade, like even some of the stuff in college in that car, my trophies, my awards, my like jackets, everything was in that, including some of her stuff, her handbags, her clothes, everything. And when she got into that car accident, someone hit her so badly that it totaled the car. And when my mom was like, "Can I get the things out of the car?" They looked at her and they were like, "Honey, there is like nothing that you will be able to recover from that car." So it was all gone. So now I don't have any pictures, any awards. Like I
oh
used
my
to tell people all the
god.
time, like, I'm going to show my kids like how studious I was in school with like all of my rewards and the things that I like gained, even from when I was a cheerleader, like all that stuff, when I was a baseball player, every
Hmm.
single trophy, anything that I ever had, gone.
Oh
Gone,
my
like no
god.
more. And like it's like, oh my God, I think about it like I'm never gonna be able to see that stuff again. Like I may
Hmm.
be able to call my high school and get like a yearbook again or something like that, but
Hmm.
I I can't get any of that back. So I
Exactly.
really, really like empathize with them. Like that's
Yeah.
sad.
Because it's the same. Well, it's not exactly the same situation, but it's the same. Like far as the memories, that's it's the exact
Hmm.
same.
Just
Because it's
gone and
like,
not being able to replace them.
and you can't reflect back. You know, like when you're older and you want to like, show, like you said, you want to show your kids or your grandkids like where you were, who you were at this time, and you don't have
Hmm.
that proof. You know, it's just it really
Yeah.
sucks. Yeah, yeah. So, oh my God, like I didn't know people were like I didn't know people were
Oh.
doing that towards like celebrities. That's just
Yeah, no, it's been wild. Like commenting under their posts, like literally like, oh, like you're wealthy, like you could just replace it, blah 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well, what about the people that aren't wealthy?
exactly.
What about the people that literally they worked all their life just to be able to live in California and that house? Or what about the people who just paid their house off?
And
Like,
who's
can you
retired
imagine?
because
Like,
older
right.
people have lost their home
Hello?
too.
On a fixed
Exactly.
income, on a fixed
Exactly.
income, like they
Mhm.
can't just go and replace a house like that. And you
Mhm.
never know, they might not have kids. What if they don't have kids or
Mhm.
someone that can replace it for them or anything? Insurance is only going to cover so much.
And speaking of
Like,
insurance, to go back to where you were talking about the fire coverage, a lot of I don't know if this is like word of mouth or anything, but I have been seeing on TikTok and on social media that big, huge insurance companies have taken the fire out of their policy so that they won't have to pay for it.
Absolutely. And no, that is true. And that is something that people in California are experiencing right now. Like, and a lot of, and we're going to get into we're going to get into that a little bit later too, because that's
Hmm.
going to get into more of the conspiracy side of like this whole
Okay.
topic and things that we want to
Hmm.
talk about. But, no, that's true. And I think because, it is so common for, wildfires to happen in California, that's why they make it so hard for people to be able to get that fire coverage and insurance
Hmm.
in California. Kind of
Right.
like if you think about the people in Florida, the Floridians, they make it
Hmm.
very, very hard for them to get flood insurance because of
Hmm.
how often hurricanes happen. So
Hmm.
it's the same thing, just in a different place. Like there were so many people when we just had Hurricane, what was it, Iden or whatever. Like
Hmm.
a lot of people didn't have coverage because like insurance companies are like, no, I'm sorry, we can't give you coverage because we'll probably end up going bankrupt if we give everyone coverage because this is something that happens all the time.
That is ridiculous. It's just so crazy.
It is.
It's such a scam because it's like you invest so much money a month or a year to protect yourself from things like this. And some of the stuff is actually like, it's like, oh, you can't rent your apartment unless you have renter insurance, or you drive your car unless you have car insurance. And then we end up paying like this high fucking note a month. And then when shit hits the fan, you're not able to replace it.
You can't even use it.
Yeah.
Like
So
what? It's
it's just, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. See, that's why Luigi. Let me stop.
No, but then, okay, you are my best friend. You are my best friend. Because I was going to bring it up too. But you know what? I'm always the one to wake it up. So I'm happy because I was about to say, and you wonder why. Stop
Okay.
playing with people. Everybody's
No,
eventually going to
seriously.
snap. Like, it is insane. Like, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
But, now, let's get into some of these conspiracies
Okay.
because one, they said that the whole like pulling out of the fire insurance and things like that just happened recently. And also, there's been some scuttlebutt in California that these wildfires are actually arson and like people are starting them, that they're not just happening naturally. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw, but Niecy Nash just recently made a video where she was saying how her neighbor saw someone in their yard literally trying to basically like start a fire.
Is that the guy that they just arrested?
I think so.
Okay,
I
because
think,
I seen something like that on, I think it was Future Road or something, but LAPD was arresting a guy who was like lighting bushes on fire, and the neighbors like
yeah.
actually like attacked him, like held him down till the police came.
Yeah, because like, that's the citizen's arrest. Because people is not
Exactly.
playing. Like, why are y'all
Exactly.
playing around with people? Like, stop doing
Yes.
that. Like,
But
people work hard for their stuff. Like,
hmm
for
so
real.
it's three things that's happening, right? So like even with that conspiracy, they were also saying like something about something with California when they're like trying to like revamp for the Olympics or something. So they're
Mm.
like
Oh, because
burning
it
like
is
all
gonna
the
be in California. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a sec. I didn't even think about that, best friend. Stop.
Yes. So it's like they're trying to
Okay.
like remodel and do all this stuff before
And
Olympics come.
revamp to give it that glamour, that glamorous like
Yeah,
look and stuff
because be
like
honest,
that.
where would the Olympics be if it was in?
Not the slightest clue. What, hidden hills? Like I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't think of anywhere that the Olympics would be.
And
But
I
now y'all
also,
have all this land now.
right. How is it that like the fires are only in like certain areas too?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just, it makes you
Like
want to
I
believe the conspiracy.
no, for real, because I had a friend who literally went from like, the Hollywood area and stuff to a completely different area and it looked day and night. Like you couldn't even see any smoke, you couldn't see any debris, you couldn't even, it looked
Hmm.
like nothing was going on. And
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute now. Like, I mean, I know California is pretty far apart, but
Exactly. But it's like,
come on now. That's insane.
baby, it didn't go to San Francisco.
Uh, Clock it and did it.
Okay,
Sacramento.
okay, because they know. I'm trying to figure out which was it, the mayor or the governor that was out of town during the fire.
Oh,
I'm gonna let me just see.
yeah, because I'm like, I want to say it was the mayor, but I'm not sure. And speaking of political figures, I'm sorry, but I also want everyone that was talking crap, including
Hmm.
some of the celebrities or whatever. I'm not even going to call him out because he's just so problematic. I'm not even going to mention it. But like, there was a celebrity that was like, yeah, I find it so funny how we were able to donate so much money to Ukraine and blah, 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 blah. But these wildfires are going on and like Joe Biden is doing nothing. And then Joe Biden or President Joe Biden and then Vice President Kamala Harris get on and say, yeah, they're doing 100% to the funding of getting rid of the debris that's going on and, helping the fires and recoveries of everything. They're doing
Right.
everything that literally you just said that they weren't doing. So when are we
Exactly.
going to stop spreading the false information? Like, I get it. It's okay. People have different political views and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But stop trying to tear down the political view that you don't agree with. Like, that's just
Exactly.
ridiculous at this point.
And that's when like the conspiracy. That's when sometimes like it loses me because like it's like they go to like it's like stay
Right.
right here. Like if you're
Okay,
gonna if you're gonna stay right here, you can't be
you
because now
drifting off a little too
yeah
much.
because now I don't believe
Swerve.
it exactly. That's
No,
way served.
no, seriously, because like what
Oh
I'm
my
just
god.
like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
can we stop? Like, and
Exactly.
also let's just like be prayed up. Like, let's definitely like just keep our spirits up at the time. Like
Yes.
now is not the time to be fighting and trying to cut each other's heads off. Like people are
Hmm.
experiencing disasters all over the world. Like
Yes.
we could come together a little bit, okay? Like
Yeah. Hmm.
let's stop worrying about what's going on over there and what we're doing to help people. And it's like, I don't understand. This is why I know that people don't really be doing their homework and stuff. We need to make allies. We need to
Yeah.
help people out, okay? Because when we need help, guess what? Those are going to be the people that we rely on as well. Like,
Exactly.
so relax, everyone,
Exactly.
please take a chill pill.
But it's people talking that just know they don't even know politics. They just see the money that's being given. They don't know
Right.
about allies and stuff like that. Like I guess they was missing during social studies time. So
Okay. That part.
okay. I do want to say, even with like all this happening, have you heard like the prisoners are firefighters too during this
Yes, making
time?
$5 an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
And
putting their
then
lives on the line. And it's also supposed to be like lowering their sentences and stuff like that.
yes.
If this is the case, here's my opinion on that.
Hmm.
One, I hope that these people have nonviolent crimes
Correct. Hmm.
because, like, okay, yeah, like, I'm sure like that is a lot to control with like, being able to monitor them, but also they're fighting like fires and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
And putting their lives
whatever.
on the line. Hmm.
Yeah, like, and I hope that they're really going to do right by those people and hold their end of the bargains and like their promises because that would be so horrible of these people to put their lives on the line and stuff like that. And then they don't really follow suit with what they're supposed
Absolutely.
to. L-
Absolutely.
Like
Even
that.
with um people from Mexico, they came.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just
Really?
yeah, yeah. It was actually just posted like the
Now,
firefighters from Mexico came to now listen. Now
now see.
they slick.
Okay. 'Cause- wait a minute.
Look,
Now
okay.
we doing all this hoopla and this, that, and the other about border control.
So yes. And
And
they coming over
now
here to
when
help.
we're in trouble, it's like, oh yeah, please come over and help
Yeah.
us. Like,
But
please, like,
but when you're done, we're
go
gonna
back.
put go back and we're gonna put the wall up. Like, are y'all
America, we
serious?
gotta do better. We
No,
gotta
they
do
have to.
better. Like,
Uh,
oh my God.
It's like that friend
Just
that you
so
want to be friends
selfish.
with so bad. but they just keep shutting you out and only let you in when they want to use you.
Okay,
It's literally
Uh,
America.
baby, and don't trigger me because we know that all too well.
But you know what? This is
Oh,
about the fire and the ice.
it is. It is. It is. Let's stay on. Let me bring us on back. Let me bring us on back real quick. Another thing I wanted to ask you, speaking of
Yeah.
celebrities,
Hmm.
how do you feel about the celebrities that they have been dragging because they said that they've been a little bit tone deaf during this time? Like we had the
Oh,
celebrities that were using this opportunity to promote businesses or promote like the products that they're sponsoring and stuff like that. Like I don't know if you saw the girls was dragging my Aquarius sister girl Drea because she decided to promote this very, very expensive purifier, telling them like, "Oh yeah, like they're giving $200 off, and this is gonna help clean the air for your animals and for your home." And I'm like, "Yes, yes, yes, great message,"
what about
but it's
like
like
free? Like, what about like
free,
I
or
can
what
give you
about
10
baby? Where they gonna plug it up at
Exa-
if the
Oh,
house
you
is
know what? I didn't
burning
even think about that.
down? Where they gonna put it at, baby? They burning down to the ground.
Oh, I didn't think about
How
that.
they gonna use that? What they gonna put it in the middle of the ashes,
In the
dust,
in the
stinks?
Oh God. Oh, poor Drea. Don't she live
Okay,
out there?
yeah, in that man's house. Like, it's like, nah,
Clock
stop.
it.
Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know
Drea,
what? She
I
better
love you,
stop
girl.
playing
I'm
for
just
that
playing. I'm
girl.
just playing. I'm just playing. But then the
Oh
other one,
God.
I think, what did they say? I think it was like Nate Dogg's son or something like that. I think made that song talk about some I know it's fire, but I gotta smoke or something like that. Like
Oh my God.
I'm not
Okay,
laughing,
listen.
y'all. I'm not
Look,
laughing, but
I'm not trying to bring politics in this, but I got to bring this up. Did you see when they had a press conference and Kamala and Joe Biden was sitting next to each other and he was talking, and then it was Kamala's time to talk, and he was like, "All right, Kamala, fire away, no pun intended."
but see, here's the thing though, and I know you like not to bring politics in it. Okay, and now let me wake it up even more, not to bring race into it. Do you see how black women always have to be exceptional and
Mm-hmm.
white men can just do whatever they want to do? Joe
Insane.
Biden, Donald Trump, whomever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because imagine if the tables would have been turned, and imagine if Kamala would have made a joke like that.
Baby
It
would
would
have
have
been
been
everywhere,
off with
plastered.
her head,
Oh my
okay?
God,
They would
immediately,
have never let that they would have never ever let her live that down.
ever.
But because it came from him, it was able to just be like, oh, okay, it's
Okay.
just a little
He's
joke,
older, little jokey joke.
water off a duck's back. Like, I just really would like us to be a little bit more consistent in 2025. Like,
Hmm. That's like making a horse drink water.
yeah,
Mm.
okay, you can.
You can't.
You can show them to the water,
To
but
it.
baby, you
But
can't
you
make them
can't make
drink
them
it.
drink it. Okay.
Like just crazy.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
is.
like
It is. So, at the end of this video, we are gonna post the places that are like different links where you can get help or shelter during this time, and uh,
absolutely.
yeah, and donations. I know there are people taking donations and Red Cross, and if you're able to help out during this terrible time, yeah, I'm gonna extend my prayers to everyone all over, everywhere, all around the world during this time
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
it could happen to anybody, and people need to be a little bit more sensitive
Okay.
because
Empathetic.
yes, because everyone's one paycheck away, one fire away, one frostbite away,
Ice storm,
ice storm,
hurricane, flood.
tornado,
Hello.
anything. So, yeah. Hmm.
So yes, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. I know
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. We're not in our usual studio and things
Yeah.
like that, but we just felt like that this was a very important message that we needed to get out there, that we needed to talk about and really just kind of, just check on our people and just just talk about what is going on in the world. A lot of
Mhm.
times we get so used to just trying to like block things out and ignore it, but I do think it's important to talk about it. You never know, we might have inspired somebody to help someone else, or be a little bit more empathetic to other people's situations, even if it
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily affect you firsthand.
Exactly. Exactly. And anything else you want to say?
Um, Make sure that, if you guys are on our listening side, please continue to listen,
Hmm.
share, like you tune in to all of those platforms. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and like this video. And please, like I said, engage with us. Leave us some comments in the comment section because we always respond. We may not respond right away, but I
But we
promise you, we
respond.
will always respond. Like we appreciate you guys tuning in. We
Hmm.
appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown us thus far throughout our podcast. Like
Hmm.
it means so much to us. So just thank you guys so much.
Yes. And until then, that was Cut to the Chase. And I'm Chase.
And I'm Deshaun Hollywood.
And until next time, peace out.
Bye.